kind of male-dominated, and its worst is kind of unmusical. It's definitely confrontational, but love it or hate it, the jazz tenor sax battle is here to stay, and it's formed a huge part of the history of jazz. So, on this week's show, I'm going to pick out my top 5 most legendary tenor battles of all time in recorded jazz history. So let's get straight into it, starting with number 5. The history of the tenor battle is littered with famous pairings of two tenor players who used to really go at it. And one of the earliest versions of that is Wardell Gray and Dexter Gordon. This first track is called The Chase Live. It's from a 1952 album called The Chase and The Steeplechase. It's a very short album, it's only 2 tracks. And it's a live version of The Chase, which they first recorded in the studio in 1947 and then went at it 5 years later on this live recording. The recording quality isn't the greatest compared to some of the other recordings we've got on offer, but the playing is absolutely ridiculous. So you can see they keep taking the phrases of the last one, playing it again, and then adding something. It's absolutely insane. That is The Chase Live by Wardell Gray and Dexter Gordon. Coming in at number 4 is Blues Up and Down by Gene Ammons and Sonny Stitt, another famous pair of tenor jewelers from this era. The name of the album is called Boss Tenors, subtitled Straight Ahead from Chicago, August 1961, and it's a fairly up-tempo blues which features both players absolutely roaring until by the end of it they're just trading one note each before they come back in with the head. It's absolutely fantastic. They gotta finish each other's phrases. It's brilliant. Then they double it up. Absolutely fantastic. That's my number 4 selection, which is Blues Up and Down by Gene Ammons and Sonny Stitt. Hey, just before we get on to the next famous tenor battle, if you want to improve your tenor playing or any sax that you play, check out my free Saxophone Success Masterclass. It is an awesome resource. You just got to fill in your email. It's going to give you loads of stuff to work on, to practice, to just get much better at your saxophone. You're going to have more aha moments than my sister in 1985. So just use the link down there and I hope you enjoy that. Let's now get back to those tenor battles. Coming in at number 3 is a track called Tickle Toe, which features the dueling tenors of Johnny Griffin, who is like a fast tempo specialist, and Eddie Lockjaw Davis, who made his name in the 60s with Count Basie's band. That is another pair of very famous tenor duet battlers, Griffin and Lockjaw Davis. This is from the album Tough Tenors from 1960, and in my mind one of the best tracks on that is called Save Your Love For Me. You got to check out Save Your Love For Me, but the track which I'm featuring today is called Tickle Toes. So as usual, they take a solo each, and then let's get into the trading section. It's Griffin, Lockjaw, Griffin. Super. Absolutely fantastic. That's a real battle of Chicago versus New York in that one. Absolutely wicked track. Go and check out the whole album is absolutely fantastic, that one. Johnny Griffin and Eddie Lockjaw Davis. So let's move on now to the top two, starting with my runner-up prize. No league table of tenor battles could be complete without the legendary recording session of Tenor Madness featuring John Coltrane and Sonny Rollins. This is the only recording that exists of John Coltrane and Sonny Rollins. They're playing B-flat blues. The song is called Tenor Madness. The Sonny Rollins album is called Tenor Madness. The Train's only on that one track. As usual, they both take their solos, each of which is absolutely fantastic, and then they move on to the tenor battling. Sonny Rollins. Sonny. Always angular and rhythmic and loads of ideas with Rollins. Take that. Oh man, that is just Sonny Rollins at his mid-50s absolute best. It's absolutely ridiculous. Make sure you comment down below and say what your favourite is. But before I reveal my number one favourite, I'm going to give you another 5 also rans, my 5 honorary mentions of some other fantastic tenor sax battles which didn't make the top 5. So, in no particular order, my first honorary mention goes to Taurus People from the Elvin Jones album Live at the Lighthouse. Now, this features 2 of the most prominent kind of post-train tenor players in the shape of Dave Liebman and Steve Grossman. They really go at each other. A lot of the albums, Liebman plays soprano, but it's the 2 tenor ones that I really love, and that's what Taurus People is. Steve Grossman, man. Heavy. Man, Steve Grossman is so heavy. What a tone. Let's have a little bit of Liebman. If you want to learn ridiculous modern jazz, tenor sax language, this is the album for you, Live at the Lighthouse by Elvin Jones. Okay, let's move on to our next honorary mention. We're moving forward in time now to 2004 to an album called Saxophone Summit Gathering of Spirits, which features Dave Liebman again later on, with Michael Brecker and Joe Lovano, 2 absolute tenor titans. Now, the battle I've specified here is between Joe Lovano and Michael Brecker, because they're the 2 tenor players on this track, but Liebman is also there on soprano, so, he's equally in standing with this battle, but because the show is, tenor battles, I decided to just mention Michael Brecker and Joe Lovano. Right, let's hear a bit of Lovano's solo. Got one of the most unique tones ever on saxophone, Lovano. Then Lieb takes his ridiculous soprano solo. Let's hear a bit of Brecker. Doubling it up as usual. And they get into the training section. Let's get into it. Lavano. And then they have this kind of collective jam together before coming back on the head. The third also ran is Sentinel from the Branford Marsalis album The Dark Keys from 1996. This features Branford, of course, and Joe Lovano again. He's got a typically, sparse and angular Branford head. Straight in with Joe Lovano's solo. That sound. Hear a bit of Branford solo. Oh man, so good. And then they go at it. So definitely check out Sentinel from Branford's album The Dark Keys. Now, two more little honorary mentions. So from the more modern players in jazz, we're going right back to the OGs, and this is Coleman Hawkins and Ben Webster playing the track Blues for Yolanda. This is a really grooving gut bucket blues. It's absolutely awesome, and it's from the album Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster, which is a funny title. I wonder how he encountered him. He probably just walked in the studio. Anyway, this is Blues for Yolanda. It's absolutely phenomenal. You should hear some of the stuff that these guys do in this blues. It is no joke. What a sound. Oh man, so beautiful. But things really get going. Wow. Wait till you check this out. This is insane, Coleman Hawkins. What the hell? That, my friend, is so raw. It's absolutely insane. So go and check out Blues for Yolanda. And I've got one more honorary mention, which is a bit of a wild card track. I've thrown in this final also ran as a bit of a historical kind of interesting one, because actually the two tenors in this are Sonny Rollins and Charlie Parker, who's listed as Charlie Chan, but it's Charlie Parker on tenor. I think it was recorded around 1954 in one of those absolute strung-out, chaotic 1954 prestige sessions. The tune is called Serpent's Tooth, Take One by Miles Davis. It's from the album Collector's Items. I think it was released in 1956 or so. This is the tune Serpent's Tooth. You've got Sonny Rollins' solo, and then you've got Charlie Parker's tenor solo, which is absolutely fascinating. So check this out. Sonny Rollins. Then you've got Charlie Parker and tenor. So to be able to play like that when you are completely off your face is ridiculous. And some very interesting things happened on that session, so you can read all about it in Sonny Rollins' biography. But now it's time for the big reveal, which is my choice for the #1 tenor battle of all time. And my favourite tenor battle of all time is inevitably the Eternal Triangle from the 1959 album Sonny Side Up, featuring Dizzy Gillespie on trumpet with the two Sonnys, Sonny Stitt and Sonny Rollins. If you use the card, which I'm going to put up there now, I've done a whole video about this tenor battle itself. It's one of the classics of all time. And the legend goes that Dizzy was, phoning up each Sonny, saying that the other one was absolutely burning and had been practicing loads and he sounded so good. So when they came together, you had this, cataclysmic explosion of jazz tenor virtuosity. Sonny Rollins, Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins, Sonny Stitt, Rollins, Stitt. Sonny Stitt's just got a very slightly kind of different tone. It's a bit lighter, it's a bit more fleet. Sonny Rollins a bit more muscular, a bit more kind of relies on really interesting rhythmic and quirky elements, a bit more creative. And Sonny Stitt just like lays down these phenomenal lines, and they both absolutely nail it. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best tenor battle of all time. Now, if you've got your own favourite, please put it in the comment, because obviously I will have forgotten your favourite. And, even after thinking about this for loads of time, I definitely have forgotten some of the real classic ones. There's just so many, too many to count. So I hope you enjoyed my selection. And like I say, please do let me know your favourites down there in the comments. So that, my friend, is all we have time for this week. I hope you enjoyed that cornucopia of tenor sax battles as much as I did. Remember, you can go and check out my free Saxophone Success Masterclass using the link you can see there. That is packed with a bunch of great information, and it's all yours. Just put in your email. No catches whatsoever. As usual, if you go inside the Inner Circle membership, there'll be a bonus video, as there is every week, but that's only scraping the surface of what is in the Inner Circle. But the beating heart of the Inner Circle is all those enthusiastic sax players in there that you can vibe with, share your frustrations, share your triumphs, and you get some absolutely awesome content from me, which is really going to move the needle on your playing. And you will also get access to some live sessions with some of the world's greatest sax players, and you can ask them questions yourself. How cool is that? That, my friend, is the Inner Circle. Go and check it out. You got a free 7-day trial. My stupid fingers. Until next week, practice hard, practice smart, enjoy your music. Take it easy. My first pick for you to check out is called... So in no particular order with the also rans, oh dear.